Imagine Greenland, a colossal icy island perched at the very top of the world, suddenly dominating global headlines. For most people, Greenland is a distant, mysterious land of endless ice and snow, rarely making the news. But now, this remote island is at the center of an international storm, capturing the attention of governments, journalists, and curious onlookers everywhere. Denmark, which officially governs Greenland, recently took the unusual step of summoning the US ambassador for an urgent high-level meeting in Copenhagen. This wasn't just a routine diplomatic chat, it was a clear sign that something serious was unfolding behind the scenes. This rare diplomatic move sent shockwaves through political circles, signaling deep concerns about what the United States might be doing in Greenland, possibly without Denmark's full approval or knowledge. The unfolding story involves Denmark, the United States, and Greenland, a trio with a long, mostly friendly history. For decades, they've worked together on everything from defense to scientific research, maintaining a delicate balance of interests. But now, that balance is under threat. Suspicions, secrets, and a growing sense of mistrust are straining the ties that once held these nations together. Why is Greenland suddenly so important? Its unique location, right between North America and Europe, makes it a strategic prize for any nation with global ambitions. Whoever influences Greenland can potentially shape the future of the entire Arctic region. As the Arctic ice continues to melt at an unprecedented rate, new shipping routes are opening up, and previously inaccessible resources like rare minerals, oil, and gas are becoming available. This is drawing the attention of powerful nations eager to secure their share of the Arctic's future wealth and influence. The United States in particular is now accused of taking bold actions in Greenland, possibly setting up operations or making deals, without keeping Denmark fully informed. This has raised alarms not just in Denmark, but also among Greenland's own leaders. Denmark is demanding clear answers, Greenland wants a stronger voice in its own affairs, and the entire world is watching closely to see what happens next. This isn't just another political dispute, it's about a unique and fragile place, suddenly thrust into the global spotlight with its future hanging in the balance. In this series, we'll break down why Greenland matters so much, what exactly the United States is doing there, and what all of this could mean for the future of the Arctic and the world. Think of it as a high-stakes diplomatic chess match, with Greenland as the board and the prize. The next moves could reshape international relations for years to come. Let's dive in and explore the story behind the headlines. To truly grasp the tension surrounding Greenland, it's important to understand the island's unique and complex status on the world stage. Greenland isn't just another remote landmass, it's a place where history, geography, and global politics collide in fascinating ways. Despite being the world's largest island, Greenland is home to only about 56,000 people, most of whom live along the rugged, icy coastlines. Life here is shaped by the harsh Arctic environment, and the communities are tight-knit, with a strong sense of local identity and tradition. For centuries, Greenland was a Danish colony. Today it enjoys self-rule in most domestic matters, managing its own education, health, and natural resources. However, Denmark still retains control over foreign policy and defense, creating a unique partnership that's both cooperative and, at times, contentious. This shared power structure is crucial, especially when powerful nations like the United States get involved. The balance of authority between Denmark and Greenland is constantly tested by outside interests. Greenland's location is no accident in global affairs. It sits just a short distance from North America, making it a key player in Arctic security and a vital interest for the United States. Since the Cold War, the US has operated a major military base at Thule, using Greenland as a strategic outpost to monitor the Arctic and protect North American airspace. This presence underscores Greenland's importance in global defense networks. Most of the time, this arrangement works smoothly. Denmark, Greenland, and the US cooperate on security, science, and economic development, presenting a united front to the world. But beneath the surface, tensions simmer. Greenland's desire for greater independence is growing, fueled by dreams of full sovereignty and control over its vast natural resources. Denmark, meanwhile, is keen to maintain its influence and the benefits that come with its relationship to Greenland, both economically and strategically. And for the United States, Greenland is a critical foothold in the Arctic, a region growing in importance as ice melts and new shipping routes and resources emerge. The US is determined to protect its interests here. The balance between these three partners is delicate, Any move by one, whether it's a push for independence, a new defense agreement, or a diplomatic overture, can unsettle the others and spark new rounds of negotiation or tension. That's why recent U.S. actions in Greenland, such as increased diplomatic visits and investment offers, have put Denmark on edge, raising questions about loyalty, sovereignty, and the future direction of the island. The stakes are high for all three players. What happens in Greenland could reshape alliances, security strategies, and even the balance of power in the Arctic. This isn't just a territorial dispute. It's a story about identity, security, and the rapidly changing future of the Arctic, where climate change and geopolitics are rewriting the rules. The world's eyes are fixed on this icy crossroads, watching as history unfolds in real time. In this high-stakes game, every move matters, and the next decisions could shape the Arctic for generations to come. The controversy began with leaked Danish documents. They alleged the US was quietly boosting its influence in Greenland, sometimes bypassing Denmark. The US offered scholarships, funded science, and invested in Greenland's economy. On the surface, these seem like friendly gestures, but Denmark suspects a hidden agenda, shifting Greenland closer to Washington and away from Copenhagen. The concern isn't about spying, but about soft power, winning hearts and minds through culture, money, and opportunity. If the US deals directly with Greenland on big issues, Denmark's authority weakens. It's like a friend making plans with your sibling behind your back. The question, is this genuine help or a calculated strategy? Danish officials want to know if the US is respecting the rules of their partnership. For Greenland, these offers could mean progress or pressure. The line between cooperation and competition is thin, and everyone wants to know which side the US is really on. Denmark responded fast. The US ambassador was summoned, a clear sign of serious concern. In diplomacy, this is a strong warning without starting a crisis. Denmark's foreign minister reminded the US that all Arctic dealings must respect the kingdom's rules. The message: Denmark is in charge of foreign policy for Greenland and expects transparency. This move reassured both Danish and Greenlandic citizens that their leaders were taking action. Parliament backed the government's demand for answers. The US is a key ally, but trust must be maintained. Denmark drew a line and asked America not to cross it. The US quickly responded, emphasizing the importance of partnership and transparency in all its dealings with Greenland and Denmark. American officials made it clear that their intentions were rooted in mutual respect and a shared vision for the region's future. The embassy stated that its projects in Greenland were not only open and helpful, but also carried out with Denmark's full knowledge and cooperation. They highlighted ongoing dialogues with local communities, ensuring that every initiative was discussed openly and with input from all stakeholders. The US highlighted its long-standing friendship with both Denmark and Greenland, pointing to decades of collaboration on economic, environmental, and security issues. This partnership, they said, was built on trust and a history of working together for the common good. American officials stressed that their investments, such as opening a consulate in Nuuk, were designed to strengthen ties, foster economic opportunity, and support Greenland's aspirations, not to undermine local authority or Denmark's role. Greenland's leaders welcomed US cooperation, viewing it as a valuable chance for economic growth, new jobs, and increased international engagement. They saw these partnerships as a way to bring new opportunities to their people. Premier Mute B. Ajiti emphasized that American projects directly benefit Greenland's development, helping to modernize infrastructure, support education, and create pathways for young Greenlanders to thrive in a changing world. But Greenland also wants to steer its own future, ensuring that its unique culture, traditions, and priorities are respected. The people of Greenland are determined to have a strong voice in shaping the path ahead. Leaders in Nuuk insist on managing these relationships themselves, in close partnership with Denmark, but always with Greenland's interests at the forefront. They are committed to a balanced approach that honors both collaboration and autonomy. They appreciate American support, but want to ensure it serves Greenland's interests first, empowering local communities and protecting their right to self-determination. The message is clear. Greenland is open for business, eager to welcome investment and innovation, but always on its own terms and with respect for its sovereignty. The US and Denmark must respect that delicate balance, recognizing Greenland's growing role on the world stage and its right to chart its own course. This is more than a diplomatic spat, it's about Greenland's right to shape its destiny, to decide how it engages with the world, and to ensure its voice is heard in every negotiation. The world's superpowers are listening closely, and so is Greenland, ready to take its place as an equal partner in the global community. For Greenlanders, global attention is both a challenge and an opportunity. The government in Nuuk wants more economic independence and less reliance on Danish grants. American investment could help build industries like fishing, tourism, and mining. Premier Ajay sees U.S. interest as a sign of Greenland's rising importance. The Inuit majority wants a stronger voice in global affairs. Many dream of full independence someday, but know it requires a robust economy. Building ties with countries like the US is a step toward that goal. When the diplomatic dispute broke, Nuuk's response was measured. Greenland wants cooperation, but on its own terms. It's not just a pawn in a bigger game. Greenland is asserting its own voice. Greenland's new fame isn't random, it's about the changing Arctic. Melting ice is opening up resources and shipping routes once locked away. The Arctic holds vast reserves of oil, gas, and rare minerals, crucial for modern technology. Greenland's rare earth elements are in high demand for everything from smartphones to wind turbines. New sea routes could make Greenland a key hub for global trade. Its location is a strategic gateway between continents. The military stakes are high too. The Arctic is a front line for US, Russian, and now Chinese interests. China is investing in Arctic research and infrastructure, hoping for a foothold. For the US, keeping Greenland friendly and stable is a top priority. The race for influence in the Arctic is on. Greenland is at the center, and the world's powers are circling. This isn't just a local dispute, it's part of a global contest. The US, Russia, and China are all vying for Arctic influence. Russia is building up its military presence, reopening old bases, and deploying new weapons. China is investing in Arctic science and infrastructure, eyeing future trade and resources. Both moves make the US and its allies nervous. America's renewed focus on Greenland is about countering these rivals. If the US steps back, others will step in. The Arctic is now a chessboard for great powers. Greenland's role is more important than ever. The stakes: security, resources, and global influence. The game is on. So, what's next for this Arctic triangle? The US, Denmark, and Greenland are working to smooth things over. The US will likely coordinate more closely with Denmark, while Denmark reasserts its authority. Greenland's leaders face a balancing act, welcoming investment but guarding their autonomy. The underlying trend is clear. Greenland's importance will only grow. The Arctic's future will shape global trade, climate, and security. For Denmark and the US, this was a reminder. Communication is key, even among friends. Their alliance is strong enough to weather disagreements. Greenland, once a distant outpost, is now a central player in world affairs. How these three manage their partnership will shape the Arctic for decades. The world is watching, and Greenland's voice is louder than ever.